What's up, YouTube? I literally forgot my wireless mic at home, so I'm trying a different setup here with a mic on camera, so I'm literally this far away from you to deliver you this very important message. I've been seeing a trend online that if you don't adapt and overcome from it, you're gonna get your butts kicked as a landlord here, okay? So we're gonna jump right into the video, give you 10 ways that you can overcome this. But before we do that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, absolutely go and smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and drop a comment with your thoughts here, all right? So let's dive right in. Okay, gang, so what's been happening now is that there have been properties that haven't been selling, okay? No surprise. And with realtors having a lot more time on their hands, they're a lot more likely to go take on a leasing client as opposed to a client for sale. So what we've been seeing in some markets that I follow and have stats on is that the inventory on MLS or realtor.ca has literally exploded for people that are trying to rent their units on that platform instead of sell houses, all right? So some stats that I have here is in Hamilton, compared to like 3 months ago, the inventory has literally gone up by 4 times for people that are trying to lease their units out on realtor.ca or the MLS listing service. In London, Ontario, it has literally exploded by 20 times. There used to be about a dozen to 15 houses being listed for sale, and now there is close to 300 the last time that I checked. This means for you as a landlord, you have to get way better at re-renting your units. If there is a lot more inventory on the market, it's gonna drive your prices down if you aren't good at what you do. So this is some tips for you to thrive here in the next couple of years. And the good thing is with all this inventory, and like with any market, as long as you can be in the top 10% of everybody that's out there, it doesn't matter if there's 100,000 units for rent in your city. If you can stand out head and shoulders above the competition, you will always win the game. And this is as a landlord, and this is in business here too. Let's jump right into the first point. Point number 1, you have to be rent ready. If your unit isn't rent ready, then what is the point of even putting it on the market? And to me, what rent ready means and how we do it is as soon as a tenant gives us notice, we insource all of our own property management for almost the last 20 years. So as soon as they give us notice, we are literally sending in a handyman and one of our staff to go and check up on the unit, okay? We determine what needs to be fixed and if a cleaner needs to be brought in or if they need to be given like a storage unit to thin out their apartment a little bit. You just wanna make sure that if you're trying to do showings while the tenant is still in the unit, that the unit looks top notch. Next point here, you need to have an amazing ad, just like our YouTube videos. They need to have a great thumbnail and a great title. If you don't have those two things, along with great copy, you're never gonna get found out there in landlording land or apartment rental land. So some tips for you, go get professional pictures. It's only a couple $100, and especially if you do volume with a photographer, they'll probably give you a deal on that. Make sure that your title is catchy, definitely not boring, okay? And it can't be over the top or else they'll just think that you're a joker and who wants to rent from a clown. So your copy, most important is your copy. Your copy has to be well written, not too long, not too short, but there's gotta be multiple calls to action in your copy. We have it 3 times in our copy, like the body of our ad, to answer the questions and call us for a showing. Answer the questions, call for a showing. Answer the questions, call for a showing, okay? Our phone number is in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the ad so that there's a lot of calls to action. Even if it's just subliminally, it makes them wanna call you, that's important, okay? And keep in mind that people are gonna be looking at this on their mobile phones, so they only wanna scroll for so long before they get to the meat and potatoes of your ad. So have a great ad, it is so important. All right, next point. Don't be afraid to pay to promote your ad a little bit. One of the popular platforms that I use is Kijiji. And on Kijiji, you can promote your ad on a weekly or monthly basis. And when I look at it, it's more of like an insurance policy. I don't mind paying $70 or $80 a week to go and promote my ad right up to the top because it's gonna get rented in a couple weeks anyways. We have great product, we have great inventory, we market it really well so that they don't stay on the internet for very long. All right, point number 4, kind of similar to the last one, you want to make sure that you're cross-marketing your ad on different platforms. You know, there are different places out there that you can advertise your ad, whether it's Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, which I actually heard they're changing their algorithm right now and people aren't getting the same results that they used to. Most cities have like housing platforms or universities, housing boards. So make sure that you're marketing it on as many platforms as you can. Maybe there's local Facebook groups that you can join as well and let people in that group know that you have a unit for rent and other landlords can help you to fill your units or share leads with you, okay? All right, the next point here is don't be afraid to incentivize your current tenants if they bring you an applicant, a great applicant, on a silver platter. Obviously, they have to check all the boxes when it comes to your screening process as a landlord, but why not offer the money out to your current tenants so that they have more money to pay for rent and food and gas and all the things that are going up like crazy here? Don't be afraid to, even if you only have like 3 or 5 tenants, don't underestimate the power of their network. If they go out and send a message to everybody that they know, or they go and share your listing, lots of great things have happened, and I've written many checks to tenants at different times. Don't wait till the very end. You might as well try these things all the time. Don't be afraid to do all these points here so that you can keep your units rented. That's the most important thing. That's the point of being a landlord. All right, next point, don't be afraid to actually have your own platform. When you're putting all your eggs into one basket, such as I'm gonna use Airbnb or Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace, if anything ever changes with those platforms, then you're basically out to lunch and you shouldn't be putting all your eggs in one basket. So don't be afraid to have your own Facebook page. Don't be afraid to have your own website that you could be driving traffic to 24/7, 365 days of the year. It is super important. All right, next point would be don't be afraid to share leads with other landlords. I kind of hinted towards this where you could maybe join some other landlording groups in your city, but I like to make alliances with some of the biggest landlords in town. And if we ever have extra leads, I'm always messaging them saying, hey, not sure if you have any empty units, but I still have some great leads coming in from people that want to rent our units. So let me know if you need them or not, just use them. If not, I'll go offer them up to some other people. And hopefully they'll reciprocate that back with you as well. So don't be afraid to share leads with other landlords in the area. It really works. All right, gang, as we're coming into a more competitive environment, don't be afraid to have extra services for your rental units. In the past, we have offered free internet or included in the rent price. We have also offered storage for some of our really small 1-bedroom units that are like literally 425 to 450 square feet. So definitely on the small size for a 1-bedroom. And when we can offer some extra services and amenities, the tenants really enjoy that, and it'll keep them there longer term, and helps their unit feel not quite as small, right? But you could also throw in some of the things that were profit centers for you before, like maybe parking or different things, or just have a one-step price. This is just the rent, and it includes everything else. There's only a couple more tips left here, but as a last resort, don't be afraid to offer up some rental incentives, okay? I wouldn't be offering up flat screen TVs and things of that nature. Usually we just do a cash discount. We'll start off at a quarter of a month's discount, and if that's not getting you any traction, you've already done everything else in this video, then we'll offer a half a month's rent free. We've never done a full month's rent, frankly, because I don't think we have to, nor should you. All right, the last point number 10, only buy properties that will stand out, okay? You wanna have good inventory in your portfolio. So if you're buying C and D properties, you're always gonna be competing against the bottom of the barrel type tenants. But if you have A and B type properties, you're gonna be standing head and shoulders above of a lot of the inventory that's on the market, all right? So all of the units that I own, I wouldn't mind staying in them myself. And frankly, I have sometimes when we're renovating units or when we have a furnished unit in a different city and I wanna stay there. So hopefully you feel the same way as well about your units. But we don't have a time machine. However, if you have units that don't make sense in your portfolio, don't be afraid to get rid of them so that you can go buy something better right now, because there's a lot of great inventory that is coming on sale here for us real estate investors. So there you have it, gang. Those are my top 10 tips on how to thrive as a landlord here in the next couple of years as we're going into a tighter economy. Let me know, drop a comment. What are some things that you do? Maybe I could learn a couple tips from you as well. And again, until next time, friends, be amazing, keep buying real estate when the numbers make sense, and we'll see you on the next video.